What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Got a little bit of a different video for you guys today, so go ahead and hit that like button, and I'm going to tell you why or how I went viral this week. So those of you who may know, I am the founder of HBCU Game Day. We cover sports at historically black colleges and universities across the United States of America. Me and my awesome team, been doing it for going on to, next year we'll make 13 years. So in that, I do a lot of writing. I also do videos, and I do photography, which is one of my passions. And so, yeah, I won't keep the cat in the bag any longer. So you may have seen this photo already. At the point where I'm recording this video, it has over 3 million views on my X Twitter page. And this is a photo of Allen Iverson on the left and Michael Vick. It's a printout I made just locally here. Again, it's got 3 million views, which is definitely a milestone for me. Really excited about it. These are two icons. If you know, you know. These are two guys who changed their respective leagues, their respective positions, and they're both from the same area, the 757 of Virginia, the Tidewater, Hampton Roads area. Both of them are actually from Newport News, and this is just really exciting. I came to cover the press conference. Michael Vick, the new head coach over at Norfolk State, and I saw the night before when I was driving over to Virginia that Allen Iverson had made some comments about Michaal Vick being named the head coach, and so I felt like there was probably a good chance that AI would show up for that. And sure enough, about 10 minutes before the ceremony dropped, AI showed up in his fitted cap, his fur neck coat, and his questions. And yeah, man, it was amazing. Great vibes in there when Michael Vick was announced as the head coach. He also took the time to just kind of stand up and shout him out, calling his name Mike. So it was a really great moment there. So that was the general introduction. And then there was a press conference where Michael Vick talked to members of the media, including myself, got to ask him questions. It was really cool. No one-on-ones, maybe at a later time. But, Allen Iverson was just, he walked in a little bit later, kind of, just being there on the background. As much as you can be in the background when you're Allen Iverson, especially in the 757. So, some reporters asked some questions about him, and Mike gave some great words talking about how, he showed him how to dream, and he was kind of a big brother to him. And so when it was all said and done, AI gave him his praises, and they, tried to motion us out of there so that they could do some interviews with AI. Of course, we stayed, but before we got to that, we got to this moment where these two guys, again, you can't underscore how much these two guys have meant to sports culture and redefining both what the NBA and the NFL are. I know for me, being from North Carolina, I knew Allen Iverson, from his days at Georgetown. And, around the same time as when Michael Vick started to, make that rise at Virginia Tech. And so my uncle lives in Newport News, Virginia. Not in bad news. He lives a little bit at a much nicer place than that. But I used to, so from like 2000 to 2004, I spent my summers really in their backyard where these guys are from. And these guys were really like at the height of their powers. Like everybody in North Carolina loves him. Everybody in North Carolina loved Allen Iverson. Everybody of a certain age loved Allen Iverson across the country. But and the same thing for Michael Vick, just the way they both redefined their positions. But man, both of these guys being from the same place at the same time, both of them, going through their ups and downs and their struggles, whether perceived or real, and to see both of them still here, not only standing, but being here, standing together as icons is amazing. So I knew, to be honest with you, even if there was no, I'm going to sit this down, even if there was no viral photo from it, I just knew being there in the room, to me, it meant something to me. Again, as a guy who watched both of their careers When I was in high school, and I was really deciding what I was going to do. I figured out at a certain point I wasn't going to be in the NBA or the NFL, but I felt like, I love to read about the stories about guys like Vic, guys like AI, and how could I help tell some of those stories. And eventually I ended up getting into sports journalism, and also sports photography. So really, I know it was a full circle moment for them, with Michael Vick being named the head coach of a Division I HBCU basketball team. Shout out to Norfolk State. And then for Allen Iverson to be there with him and supporting him was just amazing. And then for me, just to be able to capture it all, and be in that room, it was just a really great energy. And so, as far as the shot goes, the photography in me will tell you it wasn't my ideal shot. I'll pull it back up here. But if you look right here, and there's a glare coming from my light, but if you look right here, this is actually another photographer who was in my way. And we were all trying to get our shots out. So, it happens. The photographer in me would have liked, the perfectionist photographer in me would have liked for this guy to not be here, to have this clear on shot. But, the thing about this is it's a moment, it's a moment, and it's bigger than any type of composition rules. It's bigger than any type of obstacles and things like that. It's like, look, we just got to get the shot. And, I took it. This was kind of like the best one out of the bunch. I slapped it on. I put it into Lightroom and put my logo on it. As you can see, it's right here, but it's actually here in the middle, just because, people be stealing. People be stealing, presenting stuff as their own work, not giving credit. People will make art out of this besides what I did without actually having been there. But, for me, being there in person was great. It was amazing. And to have made this image with my camera was great. And, who knew that it was going to touch millions of people? I've seen this image everywhere. Allen Iverson actually even shared it on his Instagram page, which is super wild. Of course, somebody else had slapped their logo on over it too. But, you can still see my signature there. So this has just been great for me. And, just a really great way to end the year for the football season for me, taking this photo at the press conference from Michael Vick. So I appreciate everybody who took the time to listen to this. It's a little bit of my story about going viral for a photo. If you are interested in purchasing an actual print, I will leave the link down below in the description. It will really be great for me. It support me, Everybody can take an image with their phone these days, and sometimes those go viral. And there were other images that were taken of these two on this day, but for some reason, this resonated with a lot of people. People were talking about hanging it up in the Louvre, hanging it up in barbershops, hanging it up in churches. So, I went ahead and printed it out, and I'm going to hang this up, I don't know, probably up here somewhere on the wall. But, anybody else who wants to get one, please let me know. Please support real artists, real photographers that take the time and their money to learn a skill and a craft. And for those of you who are, like myself, where, you don't always get the recognition for it, keep pushing, keep going, and we'll get there. But yeah, for right now, just super happy of this image, capturing this moment in time of two giants. And I look forward to covering Michael Vick at Norfolk State University, and hopefully we'll get a chance to catch AI a little bit more. So appreciate you guys for listening, and I will see you in the next video. Peace.